Welcome to Wellness Curated. This is your host, Anshu Bahanda. And as you know, in this podcast, we try and get you ideas, trends, techniques that'll help you lead a healthier and happier life. And today we're talking about something really interesting, the connection of dance and physical health, but not just the way you know it, in many different ways and forms. And I have today the incredible Shiamak Davar, who is a dance instructor to the stars, as you probably know. He's a committed performer, and the success of a lot of people has been attributed to him because he's brought rhythm and form into their lives. Welcome to the show, Shiamak, and thank you for being here.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. Hi.
So my first question to you is, you're a great dancer, you're a choreographer, you're a great singer. How did you get interested in this field?
Actually, the thing was that I was not even into dance or choreography. I would, sing and dance in my, frivolous singing and dancing on my piano, and play the piano and sing Elton John, Billy Joel, Streisand, and try and do stuff like that. And then many years later, I wanted to do singing classes again and acting classes. So I went to London to the Pineapple Dance Center. And
right. Wow. Okay.
The instructor was teaching jazz, and I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I could hear the music. It was jazz music. So I was very, excited. So I said, let me just try a class for fun. And I've not really had much dance training earlier. It was just, jiving at dance competition, things like that. So I went inside and I started doing class. After about a month, the guy said, you seem to be well trained. And I said, no, the only training I've had is here in dance. I've never done this, but you've got a natural balletic body and turnout and this and that. So I said, really? I said, how is that possible? And I was like so surprised because when you don't expect that. And then he said, no, you must not stop classes and this and that. And in the end, of course, I did the classes and things happened, which were really good and everything. So I got to do that, and I went again and again and again and again. And then I came back to Bombay and started with 7 students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only 7. 5 were my family and 2 were students.
Fabulous. So that was the beginning of an incredible career.
Yes.
But obviously it was meant to be then.
Yeah, but I didn't even know the word choreography, what it meant. I had no concept of anything really about these things, I didn't know these things. I was just watching all these movies. That time there was not much of YouTube and Instagram and stuff. So it was just, going to theater, musical theater, watching films. And
this was at the Pineapple Studios was in Covent Garden?
Yes.
So it was still there when you started?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She had made her house, a Pineapple warehouse, into a studio. And I had phenomenal teachers there. Another Bosso, then there was Charles Organs, then there was, Arlene Phillips, and so many of them there.
Wow. So in terms of physical health, now we all know that there's all these benefits from dance, that it helps with exercise. I mean, it's exercise, it helps you with weight loss, muscle tone and all that.
Yeah.
Tell us of some of the lesser known benefits where you've seen it helping.
So I have an actual story here. There was a girl who came to my class who had polio in her hand or something. Yes. And she wanted to dance. I said, yeah, you can come and dance. I mean, I have no problem. You can come. After a year of training with her, did I realize that she came up to me and said, Shiamak, do you know that I can move my hand a bit? And I said, I don't understand what you're saying. So that's
my God.
Obviously, your doctors have done a very good job. And then she says, no, it was not the doctors. It was actually the fact that your classes that have been so helpful to me. So it really didn't strike a bell that you don't really can do anything on even a physical level. Really, I didn't think anything that time. I was so, into that starting my career and learning and teaching and going back and learning and coming back and teaching. After that happened, I started my Victory Arts Foundation. So people with crutches, wheelchairs, HIV affected.
Wow.
Yes, all came to my classes. Sex workers, children, people were really with special needs, And the thing was that it was a very, how do I say, uh, enlightening experience for me. And the best part was they were only smiling the whole class.
Wow.
And I'm wondering, I said, really, is it really going to make them, any better? And but I said, you know what, who cares? I said, they're having fun, they're enjoying the thing, they're enjoying the classes, they're having fun. And there's some divinity in what is happening with this exchange.
But I think that's why, because of this divinity, that's why you were led to it.
Yeah.
It just sounds like that.
Yeah. And I was always told, because I believe in the Bhavnagris, these are the people who wrote a book, The Laws of the Spirit World. And the book is written by Bible. And she lost two of her sons in a car crash. And she realized and said that her life was over. And then eventually, to make a story short, she started communicating with the children in the spirit world. And that fascinated me because it was all about simple things like karma, reincarnation, how to be a good person on earth. Don't think you can get away with doing wrong things, and don't think you can, hide from the truth, because eventually it's whoop in your face. And that really made me feel, literally, I felt liberated. I felt free.
Yeah.
When I read that book, I was freaked out. I just loved that book. And it was.
What was the book again? What did you?
The Laws of the Spirit World.
Okay.
Shahid Bhavnagri. And it really changed my life. And it was all about auto writing and stuff like that, and about angels and guides. And every time I would talk to Kaushali, she would say, darling, you must give back whatever you're.
Right.
You don't have to be a famous person to give back. You will realize that seva or service is the most powerful thing. So
absolutely.
I didn't even know about seva, beva, but they were coming to my classes, and I didn't have the heart to say, no, you can't do my classes because you're on a wheelchair, or because you're on a or you have a Jaipur foot, or you can't see, can't speak. In fact, one of my dancers, even today, he is dancing in my dance company, and professional dancer, and he can't hear and he can't speak.
Wow.
Yeah, and the dance heals. Dancing actually heals in some way. And because I could just see joy. That's all I could see. And for me, that was a shift. There was a shift in some consciousness that I said, no, this is working. We have people who are in a wheelchair teaching other people in wheelchairs how to dance. My
God.
So you empower them.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. So tell me a little more about the Victory Arts Foundation, Shiamak.
So I actually did this about 35 years ago, quietly, with the polio lady and some other people who came, who, wanted to just come and they were not really, they were special in some way. And I look, let them just come and, if they do anything there, they're going to be happy, right? And I have someone with them all the time. Because always with special people, we have a lot of people looking after them and, looking for them. So it just became a norm. And then he said, but Baba, if you're doing this, Glenn, do it properly. So we started Victory Arts Foundation. I don't remember dates, but it was about maybe some 15 years ago somewhere. And officially. But we never charged money to anyone who came for classes who are with special needs, whether they were billionaires children or there were any special need child would never have to. And they never did. So I started this kind of thing. And then I realized, what am I doing? Let me do something, more, that let people know. Don't be ashamed of your kids. I brought them on. So when I was performing, I actually brought them on the show. And
amazing.
Me. So in their wheelchairs, in their crutches, there's a sweet boy called Shubham, who his feet are like this. So he actually stands on his ankles. I can't explain it. So, but he was dancing, and there were people on wheelchair crutches, and I was doing Lion King, the song. So I used them on stage. And after using them on stage, I said, you know what, this is fantastic. And I used them again and again and again. And every time the audience would get up and clap because they were so old.
And you must have helped their self-esteem so much, no?
I think that's what made them feel empowered.
Yeah, confident and empowered.
Yeah. So that was something really that blew my mind. And I was, till today, we do a lot of, even in Canada, we did this I brought them on stage at the IFA show, and I got Shah Rukh to dance with them.
Oh, amazing.
Vancouver
You took them all the
International.
way to Canada.
No, they
to
were the
perform.
Canadians. They were the Canadian kids.
Okay.
And so we had them, and we had them on stage, and it was really, really something. And I brought Shah Rukh to dance with them, so they went mad. They just
Right.
There was a stadium for the Film Academy Awards, IFA. So
Yeah,
I was
I've been to
performing.
the IFA when it was in London.
Or is it? Yes.
Yeah.
So I used to choreograph, I think, 99% of those shows.
Oh, wow. Years ago, when the O2 Center had just opened, there was one in, I think it was one of the first.
Yeah, that's the ones I did. Yes.
Oh my God.
We did one in Yorkshire also.
Okay. Wow. And a little bird told me that you do a lot in Canada, so you have a huge following there. There's a lot because you've done a lot to give back.
I just love doing dance classes because I think they help everyone. And the kids come from the age of 4 to 84.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow.
With my classes, they don't have to be professional. They can just want to learn and enjoy, have fun, basically. It's free for the cynicism as well. So it's a lovely feeling. And the most powerful feeling is when your students grow up and, suddenly I bump into somebody and, and he says, so I'm your student. And
right.
Now I'm working in this conglomerate. And so I'm your students. I mean, of income tax. So it's at random places I find
you meet them everywhere, do you?
And they say, so I was your student and I love you, and I can't believe it because some people even came when they're 30 years old, 40 years old that time.
Yeah.
Today they're big commissioners and they're, in CEOs of huge companies, and they were such sweethearts. My Lucky Ali used to come to my class. A lot of them came to my
wow.
Yes.
There's such few people one meets who are so passionate about giving back. It's coming through so strongly.
Yeah.
And that's what's amazing.
Yeah.
But after the pandemic, have you felt that people's physical abilities have changed?
Did you
find that?
I can tell you something very honestly. I don't understand what is going on right now. But, when we had the pandemic, I still started online classes for people at home.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for the first 3 months, I gave classes every day and free because money. They don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it free for everybody, and it turned out to be really, really, how do I say? People really were happy.
Right.
And in my head, I told Glenn, my CEO, that why do people have to charge for something like the arts? I think that's pathetic. Government should sponsor this and let that be free.
Yeah.
Irritating to teach dance to pay to charge. That was my mind. So that one day I will, in the whole world, I will give free classes. So 3 months I did it every single day. Free classes, my instructors gave it to everyone in Canada, America, everywhere, all over the world. And it was so beautiful because people were at home suffering. I sound fake saying it, but I'm not. I genuinely love giving back. And I love it because...
No, obviously, if you started 35 years ago, when you were starting in your career, that shows that it's not just something you're doing now. You've done it from the beginning.
Really tough time for me when I started my career. It was a very tough time because boys don't dance. If they do, they're gay, or they're not going to have a proper education. You better be a doctor, lawyer. What nonsense is this? And how can you, do this kind of stuff? And the women who would come to my classes at that time, they would wear, a leotard that covered them, right? Mm-hmm. But no, you can't wear such tight clothes. Who will marry you? And
oh God,
it was a horrible time.
And that was probably also a time where the elders would probably say that no, get a proper career. They didn't realize that this would be an incredible career.
They didn't. It was like, what are you doing? Such a frivolous, stupid thing. What are you doing?
Yeah. But today, when the parents get the kids to you, are they just looking at them for physical benefits, or are they thinking, my child will be a Bollywood star one day?
Yes, there is 1% who bring kids with that intent, which is fine. I always believe, that if today you want to go into films, Indian film is all about dance. Even my Pathan, you saw my Shah Rukh dancing like a street bag.
Amazing.
His wife was my student for many years. In fact, because of Shah Rukh, I did Dil To Pagal Hai. because
Oh, right.
because he used to come every day and wait outside my studio, waiting for Gauri, his wife.
Right. Right.
And she would perform with me on stage, and I would sing Jadoo Teri Nazar, and she would talk and she would do the whole modeling bit, and she was
Oh, wow.
the national game. She performed with me, where I performed, the whole theme for the mascot of the games, the national games, Raju with the tiger. So I made up a song. I sang in Hindi, Marathi, which I was not very good at because I speak Gujarati at home or English.
Right. Right.
It was a lovely. So Shah Rukh, even today, he dances. He has to dance. So if your Mr. Amitabh Bachchan dances,
Right.
what I'm trying to say is that dance is an integral part of our system, our wedding dance, our religious.
Yeah, it's in our cells.
We dance on the road. It's a part of us,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We dance everywhere.
Yeah, and now weddings have become like shows. Like they become big shows.
Yeah.
So dance is a part of us. So we had to, for films, you want to get into films. Okay, your acting obviously you have to work on, but dance is vital.
So how young is your youngest student? You said your oldest is 84. How
4.
young is the youngest? 4. So people can send their children to your classes from 4 years old.
Yeah. So between 4 to 6, they come and they learn the sun, the moon, they just, it's expression.
And between 4 and 6, then you never forget it. What you learned when you were little,
but I promise you, I don't know about the 4 and 6, but I do know that in your youth, if you train, muscle memory, your being, you can. Something happens in you, like kids who are, not doing well in their classes or failing in the exams. And I said, but what's the big deal? I said, stop it. Just send your child. No, but they will fail. I said, no, they will pass. Stop being negative. And the truth was that they did very well, and also must have been because of the blood circulation, the physical activity, also not confident.
Yeah, they get confident, and I think the left brain gets activated. There's all these brain networks that kick in. I just think it's fabulous. Dance is incredible.
And then I put them on stage to do the shows. So they're very happy with that. Yeah.
And you're older, you have a bunch of senior citizens, and as you said, you don't charge them. So is it quite physically grueling for them?
No.
Coming to dance classes?
What we do is we're very careful about harming people's bodies. If today, God forbid, we teach wrongly and someone gets a knee problem, someone gets a back, we're so careful. We're so careful. Like every teacher knows, Baba, you can't do this, you can't do this, you do this, you can. So what I've done in my new kind of workout is I've done preemption rather than preemption. So I will strengthen your knee in my workout. Right. Lower back. I will strengthen your neck. I will work out your neck in such a way that you don't get this thing in the future. Means I do preemptive workouts.
Right. To prevent things.
Yeah, which heal you.
Right.
In the classes. Today they're doing a plie is to bend in the ballet word. It's right. Now, if you don't have your knees over your toes, your alignment, and the way you turned out, you have to be turned up. If you do not do these things on a physical level, you can harm yourself. So when people started my classes, they did my class and they went out and did classes. And people would come back to me and say, I went to this class, I hurt my back. I said, Baba, you have to be carefully. You cannot do workout wrongly. It is dangerous.
And Shiamak, tell me, in the age of gadgets and gaming, do you find that people's bodies have stiffened up? Because I know boys who will sit and game all day.
I don't even want to get into that because I feel today, I think I was born in the correct era because I could play chore police, that's robbers in
of course, I know
seven tiles, dabba. I could play all the dabba, spice and chore police and all these games outdoor. I met old people. We spent time with our grandparents. We spent elderly. We went out. We would on a table discuss and talk rubbish, but have fun. I also love the ease of technology. I love it. But the main thing is that it's it's become something which makes people unworthy sometimes, I feel. Because this challenge to become an influencer or
Right.
to do something and to show, my God, everyone's showing beautiful videos and everyone's so
Yeah. Yeah.
that. And then suddenly they feel, oh my God, I don't have many followers and I can't do what they do. And they're just looking at the world moving ahead. And
Yeah.
who don't.
They look outside rather than inside.
And also it's dangerous because when you grow older, you stiffen. And it's,
Yeah.
you know,
And tell me, do you do a test when people come to your fitness classes?
really do any tests because my workouts are not very demanding for the beginners and things like that.
Right.
Really basic and everyone can do it and they're safe. As I said, safe
Okay.
is important for me, especially in dance.
And Shiamak, for people aspiring to be dancers, I mean, would you tell them keep your BMI in order? Would you tell them exercise 30, 40 minutes a
I
day?
just
Would you
feel-
tell them be disciplined? What
I would
advice
say
would you
go and
give?
do a dance class, go to a proper dance class,
Right.
out about your body, find out, what is your bone density. If you want to do bone density, whatever, but you don't want to do it, that's also fine. I'm saying, but just be passionate about what you're doing. Then you will work towards that. The dots will join and you will be led to certain things. You see, you have to really be hungry to do what you want to do.
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't happen somehow.
So for you, that journey from the Pineapple Studios 35 years ago, where all has it led you?
It led me to starting dance classes in India. Then from Mumbai, I went all over India, and then I went abroad and did classes for people because they love Bollywood a lot.
And would you advise people to dance to get fit, for mental balance, to have fun? What
I
are the
think
things you think you get out of it?
besides the physical healing, which is important, mentally, it is very powerful for healing because you get a lot of confidence. They come on stage to perform for their parents and friends in my summer funk program, winter funk program, these camps we do. And even after 3-month course, they will go on stage, they will perform and come. And, that just something happens in their mind and things just change.
No, that was incredible. Thank you for an amazing talk. Let's do a quick recap.
Yeah.
Best age to start dancing?
When you really want to learn.
Okay, so for a child, when would you advise parents should stop?
A lot of kids, the parents tell me that my child is just dancing in the house the whole day.
That's the time.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. Send them.
Okay. Surprise benefits of dance?
Healing on every level, body, mind, and soul. Definitely. My father had Alzheimer's and dementia. And today people are using dance as healing for things like Alzheimer's and brain diseases.
And tell me an area that dancers should work on or pay attention to? Like nutrition, sleep, what would you recommend?
I think they have to work with a nutritionist. Now, see, everybody doesn't have that kind of money to do it. They come, but the general population is people from low middle classes, from, low economic backgrounds. And middle class, and they don't want to spend on nutritionists. But today, I would always say, then find out, research about what's making me happy, which kind of food, what is working with me, what do I eat before the workout, what do I eat after the workout, because just having these protein things and the extra madness to get a body is scary for me.
Any final words of advice for the people listening in?
I think, one has to believe in yourself. And I think that the reason I got through was because of the Bhavnagris and that book that saved my life, The Laws of the Spirit World. And I realized that, everything you do has to have some meaning. It can be fun, it can be rubbish, it can be beautiful. It has to give you joy. It has to give you something that makes you happy. And I believe that if today people put you down like they did with me many years ago to stop me from entering the Bollywood industry or even stop me from doing my dance classes. They made fun of me. The same people today send their kids to my school many years later. And they realize what a really powerful healing tool dance is.
Yeah. And what is amazing, Shiamak, is that you had a situation which was not great when you started in terms of people putting you down, but you've taken that in a positive way and made it positive for so many other people. Someone else could have got bitter about it, but you've taken that and, taken that and made it into a lotus. Shiamak, that was such an incredible, inspiring chat for me, and I'm sure for the listeners.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the time to be
No,
with
dear.
us.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you very much.
And thank you to all the listeners. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you learned something new from the wonderful Shiamak Davar today. And we hope you're closer to leading a healthier and happier life.
And come to my classes in London and Leicester.
And yes, thank you for doing that. We're going to post about it. Please go to Shiamak's classes to heal physically, mentally, emotionally. And please like this episode. And if you like it, please share it and press subscribe. Thank you.